No one thought anything special would happen on the morning flight to Denver. People were quiet. Some slept. Some stared out the window. Others held warm cups of coffee. In seat to be sat a small boy named Noah Brooks. He was 5 years old. He held a green toy dinosaur in his hands and swung his little feet back and forth. Everything around him felt big and shiny. The seats were soft. The lights were calm. The tray table looked like something from a movie. Beside him sat his father, Daniel Brooks. Daniel wore a simple dark blazer and checked his emails. But every few minutes he looked at Noah and smiled. Noah leaned close. "Dad, do we really get pancakes on this plane?" Daniel smiled. "That's what they told us, buddy." Noah's eyes lit up. He had never eaten pancakes on a plane before. When the cart came near, a flight attendant stopped at their row. She looked at Daniel. "Coffee or tea, sir?" "Coffee, please," Daniel said. Noah raised his small hand. "Can I have apple juice?" The woman paused. She looked at Noah, then at Daniel, then at their tickets. "We don't have drinks for children in this section," she said. Daniel frowned. "He's sitting right here." The woman gave a tight smile. "Sometimes people are moved up. That doesn't mean full service." Noah slowly lowered his hand. Daniel stayed calm. "We paid for these seats." The woman shrugged. "I'll check." She rolled away. She never came back. Later, she served other people around them juice, water, warm towels. But she skipped Noah. Noah whispered, "Dad, did I do something bad?" Daniel felt his heart twist. "No, son, you didn't." When food time came, Noah sat up straight. The woman placed a tray in front of Daniel. Then she turned to leave. "Excuse me," Daniel said. "My son needs food too." She looked down at Noah. "We only give kids meals to certain passengers." Daniel asked, "Which passengers?" She leaned closer. "This area is mostly for adults who travel for business. Kids don't really belong up here." People nearby stopped talking. Noah's eyes filled with tears. "I'm quiet," he said softly. "I promise." Daniel took his hand. "Please bring him a meal." The woman crossed her arms. "I can't." Daniel stood up slowly. "That's not a rule. That's a choice." The woman's face hardened. "If you keep talking, I'll report you." A man behind them took out his phone. So did a woman near the window. Daniel spoke calmly. "My son is hungry. We paid for his seat. You are refusing to serve him." The woman rolled her eyes. "Some people should stay in the section they're used to." A quiet gasp moved through the cabin. Noah squeezed his dinosaur tight. Daniel knelt in front of him. "Look at me, Noah." Noah looked up. "You did nothing wrong. You hear me?" Noah nodded. Daniel stood. "Please call your supervisor." The woman walked away, annoyed. A few minutes later, a man in uniform came. "What's going on?" Daniel explained everything. The supervisor looked uncomfortable. He asked the woman, "Is this true?" She shrugged. "We're low on meals." Daniel said, "That's not true. You served others." The supervisor turned to Daniel. "We'll try to fix it." Daniel shook his head. "No, you will fix it." The supervisor studied Daniel. "You mind telling me what you do for work?" Daniel answered quietly, "I work for this airline." The supervisor raised his eyebrows. "I'm the chief compliance officer," Daniel added. "My job is to investigate discrimination." The color left the supervisor's face. Phones lifted higher. Daniel looked at the woman. "You created a serious complaint today." She opened her mouth but said nothing. Daniel turned back to the supervisor. "I want her record reviewed, and I want statements from witnesses." "Yes, sir," the supervisor said quickly. Soon, the supervisor himself brought a tray. Pancakes, fruit, apple juice. He placed it in front of Noah. "I'm very sorry," he said. Noah looked up. "Am I allowed to eat now?" Daniel swallowed hard. "Yes, son, you always were." Noah picked up his fork. A woman nearby wiped her eyes. Someone whispered, "That poor baby." The woman who refused him stood silent. When the plane landed, security was waiting. The woman was escorted off. Daniel held Noah's hand as they walked. Reporters waited outside. Daniel said only one thing: "A child was treated unfairly today. That will not be ignored." Noah looked up. "Dad." "Yes, buddy. Next time, can we still fly?" Daniel smiled. "Of course, even if I'm little. Especially because you're little." Noah hugged his dinosaur. And this time, he smiled. Sometimes the biggest lesson doesn't come from power. It comes from kindness, courage, and speaking up. No child should ever be made to feel small. No human being should ever be treated as less. When we stand up for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable, we don't just protect ourselves, we protect others too.